Hi, this is Ben Fick from UK Net Guide, and in this video I'm going to show you how to bet on English Championship football using an online bookmaker. Signing up for an account with one of these bookmakers is the first thing you'll have to do if you don't already have one. When picking which of the many bookmakers to go for, you should be aware of a couple of main things. Firstly, almost all bookmakers will offer some sort of sign-up bonus when joining, and these free bets usually come in the form of a matched deposit. Therefore, if you deposit £50 into your account when joining, you'll receive a further £50 in free bets, meaning that your balance is effectively doubled. Next, if you know what sort of bets you want to place, you might be able to find a bookmaker that has a special offer to suit you. An example would be Paddy Power with their promotion on the Premier League top goal scorer market. If you bet £20 on a single player in this market, then every time he scores a goal, you'll receive a free £2 bet to place on any other sport you like. So have a look at these specials before deciding who to open an account with. In truth, most people will end up opening 2 or 3 accounts with different bookmakers to take advantage of different offers and get more sign-up bonuses. To save you the time and effort of going to each of the bookmakers and looking at their offers, UK Net Guide has selected what it considers to be the top 10 companies in the UK. We've tried out every one of the major bookmakers and found that these top 10 had a combination of the best odds, bonuses and available markets. So we recommend that you take a look at our selections by clicking the link below and picking at least one of them to open an account with. For the purposes of this video, I'll be showing you around one of the largest companies, William Hill. When you sign up for a betting account, you'll be asked to submit various personal details, such as your name, your date of birth, email, contact number and address. They will also require you that you set up a username and password so that you can access your account, and there could be other questions for security purposes. You must be at least 18 years of age to open an account in the UK. Now I've already got an account with William Hill, so I'm going to quickly log in before we go any further. Navigating around a bookmaker's website is quite straightforward. You just have to choose the sport that you want to bet on, in my case football, and then find the markets you are interested in. For me, this means clicking on all competitions and then selecting the English Championship. So towards the top of this page, you'll see the season-long markets if you want to bet on things such as the team finishing in the top 6, teams to get relegated and the top goal scorer market. And I'm going to show you some of these in more detail, starting with the outright winner of the league. Here you can see a list of all of the teams in the Championship this season, along with the odds they've been given to win the league. While you could just have a punt on the team that you support, you might also want to use your knowledge of the game and some team statistics to decide who to choose. For this, you could use a website such as soccerbase.com, where you'll find lots of information to help you make up your mind. Here I've got the final table from last season, and it shows the 3 teams that were promoted: Leicester, Burnley and QPR. Of the teams that are left, I think Wigan have got the best chance of coming top, and here's why. If I click on their name and look at their results from last season, you'll see that after they got knocked out of Europe, they started to perform a lot better with many more wins and draws and fewer losses. So here's the last game they played in the Europa League, and then after that you can see they went through a really good spell of form with lots of wins, quite a few draws and far fewer losses. This season they're not in European competition, so I have a sneaking suspicion that they'll show more consistency and that this will see them challenging at the top of the table. So coming back to William Hill, I'm going to click on my selection, Wigan, come over to my betting slip and choose my stake. Now I'm going to enter £5 into the box provided, and you'll see it gives my returns if Wigan do finish top of £55. Now all I need to do is click where it says place bet and I'm done. Next, I'm going to look at the promotion market, where I have to pick one of the 3 teams to get promoted into the Premier League. Once again, I can choose from any of the teams, but I'm going to pick Brighton, and here's why. So I've got the final league tables of the last 2 seasons up on Soccerbase, and as you can see, last season Brighton finished 6th, while the season before they finished in 4th position. While they haven't yet managed to navigate the playoffs, I think it could be 3rd time lucky this season. So I'm going to go back to William Hill, and I'm going to find Brighton here with odds of 11 to 2, and I'll click on them to add them to my betting slip. I'm going to enter another £5 stake for a potential return of £32.50. Once again, I'm just going to hit place bet. The relegation market is another that we'll look at, and here you'll generally be choosing between those sides that performed poorly last season, such as Blackpool, and those who were promoted from League One. My selection is one of these newly promoted sides in Rotherham, because they have actually had 2 successive promotions, meaning they were in League 2 not so long ago. While this shows they have the winning mentality, I just think the quality of the Championship is a step too far at this time, and they'll struggle with fitness levels too. So I'm going to select Rotherham, come across to my betting slip, and I'm going to place another £5 on this selection for a return of £18.75. Finally, the last of the season-long bets we'll be looking at here is the top goal scorer market. For me, there is little reason to look outside of the favourite this season. Jordan Rhodes is an exceptional young talent, and once more we can use Soccerbase to show this. So last season, you can see here that he scored 25 goals. He was the 2nd highest goal scorer in the league. And if we look at the season before then, once again he was 2nd place with 29 goals. There is nothing to suggest that he won't continue this consistency, so I'm going to take a punt on him to finish with the most goals. At odds of 6 to 1, my £5 bet could see a return of £35. And once more, it's as simple as making my selection, entering my stake, and hitting place bet. Now I'm going to move on to match betting, where you can place loads of different types of bets on every game played this season. Here we can see the list of all the matches to be played this weekend, and I'm going to choose the season curtain raiser between Blackburn and Cardiff by clicking on the name of the fixture. Now, as you can see, there is a huge range of bets available, but I'm going to talk you through some of the most popular ones, starting with the match result. Now, Cardiff came bottom of the Premier League last season, while Blackburn finished 8th in the Championship. But the season before, Cardiff stormed the league to finish top, so it's not an easy one to call. If we look at last season, we'll see that Blackburn only won 11 out of their 23 home games, while the season before, you can see that Cardiff, who came top, only won 10 of their 23 away fixtures. Based on this, I'm going to stick my neck out and opt for a draw in this match. I'm going to select this at odds of 23 to 10 and place £5 once more for a potential return of £16.50 if I'm correct. Picking the correct score for a match is also a fun, if challenging way to bet, so let's now take a look at that. Obviously I'm going for a draw in this match, but you can choose whatever score you like, whether it be a home win or an away win too. Looking at the respective home and away performances of the teams might give us an idea of how many goals could be scored. So let's go back to Soccerbase and look at the tables from the past 2 seasons. When Cardiff were last in this league, they both scored and conceded a lot of goals away from home, at the rate of more than 1 per game. Blackburn's home record last season was okay, and they scored 34 goals in 23 games while conceding just 21. All of these stats are suggesting to me that a high scoring game could be on the cards, and given that it is the first game of the season, I think that this is even more likely as players are not yet up to speed and mistakes are more likely to happen. So a 2-2 draw sounds like it could be a winner for me. At odds of 14-1, I'm only going to put £3 on this one by once again clicking on the selection, entering my stake and clicking where it says place bet. Finding the first goal scorer from the 22 players on the pitch also makes for an exciting bet. But as with our season-long bet on the top goal scorer, I'd be stupid to look at anyone but Jordan Rhodes. Another stats website called statbunker.com shows us why. It breaks down all the goals scored by a player into which half they scored in, whether they were first or last goal scorer, and whether they scored their goal at home or away. You can see here that Jordan Rhodes scored more goals in the first half than the second half, and slightly more at home than away. But it's this stat here that we really want to look at. He was the first goal scorer in 15 matches last season, and if we look at the season before, you'll see that he was first goal scorer in 18 matches too. So back at William Hill, I'm going to put £5 on him to score first in this game at odds of 7-2. Seen here, my potential return is £22.50. There are lots of other markets within each match, and some of the other popular ones include the double result, which is also called the half-time full-time market, where you have to decide what the result is after 45 minutes and 90 minutes. So draw/Blackburn signifies that you believe it will be all square at half-time, with Blackburn going on to win the game. If you are feeling particularly confident, you might want to do what is called a scorecast, where you have to pick the first goal scorer and the correct score. So if I thought that Rhodes would score first and Blackburn would win 3-0, I could get odds here of 55-1. Now you can look through all of your options, including handicap betting, total goals, and loads more besides, to find a market that you'd like to have a punt on. A final way to bet on Championship football is to place a multi-team accumulator. So let's say that I think Blackburn, Derby and Watford will all win. I can place a bet on this happening by simply selecting each of those outcomes so that they get added to my betting slip or here on the right hand side. You can see here that it gives me a number of different multiple bet options, but for now I'll just focus on the accumulator, which, because I've selected 3 teams, is called a treble. I'm going to stake £3 on all of those teams winning, at odds of just over 6-1, for a potential return of £21.78. All I need to do, enter my stake, come down and click on place bet. So as you can see, there are countless ways to bet on the Championship, and it can add to the excitement you get from watching the matches and the season unfold. Once again, we recommend that you open up 2 or 3 betting accounts to take advantage of the offers available, so check out our top 10 list of UK bookmakers before you make your decision. I hope you've enjoyed this video and are now confident enough to place bets of your own. To give you some more insight into bets you might want to place, UK Net Guide has a page dedicated to the Championship, with both the latest odds and match previews that you can read for handy hints and tips. There is also a page with even more details on how to bet on football, with explanations of odds and some of the other types of bet available. Links to both of these pages can be found below. That's all for this video. I've been Ben Vick, and I'll see you again another time.